Welcome in, everybody, to How to Win a Faith Victory in Civilization 6, turns 1 to 100. It's rolling. Faith victories are, in my opinion, the easiest victories to achieve in Civilization. They're also the most underutilized and kind of misunderstood. So I hope this video gives you a basic idea of kind of how to start your faith victory. Basically, what we do is a lot of standard stuff. Settle a few really good cities early on, build a couple holy sites, start generating our faith. We go for some religious wonders. We don't really talk about the religious victory too much until the end of the video as things happen. So the first kind of two-thirds is really good to watch for just some more standard, like getting into a game of Civ stuff. And then we transition more forcefully to a religious victory in the last half. I think we might be able to win this by turn 150, certainly by turn 200, so it's a really exciting time. If you enjoyed this video, we stream Civilization live on twitch.tv all the time. Over there we play on Deity most of the time too, so it's a really good time if you want to come hang out and say hello on Twitch. That link is in the description. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button, join the channel, that way you'll get all of the videos kind of in your YouTube feed so you don't have to search for them anymore. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. The support on these videos has been amazing, and I hope you enjoy turns 1 to 100 of a faith victory in Civilization 6. Good morning, everyone. We are here again with Rome on a regular game. I believe I selected 7 Cs, regular old difficulty, nothing fancy, nothing crazy. It's faith win day. Today we are on week 4. Can you believe it? Week 4 of the How to Win a Blank Victory type series. Today is a faith victory. We chose this yellow and purple skin. Once we're done this, I'm actually excited to play someone on YouTube that's not Rome. But we have a good start here for a faith victory. Nothing fancy schmancy. Start on a 2-2 Plains Hill tile, so that'll stay a 2-2. Have a 2-2 tile to work right away. A couple of amenities. One of these we use for ourselves. One of these we trade away. Couple of mountains for a good initial holy site, which will get our faith zooming. And I think that's about it for the start. Fresh water, of course. Nothing fancy here, just a good old-fashioned start. So let's settle Rome. Yes, I would like to settle there. No, I do not care about the rainforest. There we go. And as always, we will start scouting about. Faith is really interesting because you can actually just zoom right towards holy sites. The only problem we might have is the best spot to put our holy site right now is here, and we can't actually clear this rainforest yet. We need to go into bronze working for that. So we're going to check out this tile down here. In the meantime, I'm going to go into animal husbandry, I think, or irrigation. You know, let's go irrigation. We have some olives here. Let's head towards irrigation, which we need pottery first, just to help us get these olives a little earlier if we can. We are going to be building a scout. Scouting is super, super important in the early game. You got to meet your city-states, find your goodie huts, see the map, see the world. Information is power. And if you don't have any information, you can't make good decisions. So you should scout early. Scout early, scout often. That's a good motto. We have met a second continent, which is interesting. It's good to know because each continent spawns different amenities. So if we settle some cities down here, we will find different luxury resources than up here on Columbia. North America's down here. So this is still our best holy site tile, and the rainforest is still there. This is only a +2. So in this case, we might want to wait until we're into bronze working before we grab this holy site. Now, Sahara Al-Beta changes that, because if you Google, you don't have to Google. If you head up to holy sites here in the Civlopedia, natural wonders give +2 faith. Right? So now this tile is +2. This one is +3. 2 from the wonder, 1 from the mountain. It's still +3 no matter what you do. You need a +3 here or +3 here. I'd rather have +3 here, because then you can at least get some adjacency, maybe with a commercial hub. Can't put anything on the olives, though. All right, we're going to have to do some planning here. But this is good for holy sites in general. I'm going to go double scout here until we find some barbs or someone that's going to try and kill us. I think double scout is great. Seeing the earth is awesome. I don't think... The problem with this wonder specifically is it's surrounded by a bunch of bad tiles. Right, and there's no food or production on these tiles. So if you settle in the desert here, it's great to have the goal. Like, this looks really good, but this is actually a pretty bad city unless you can also get a Petra or something else here. That's a good campus right here. +2 from the fissure, +4 from the mountains, I guess. There's not a lot going on down here. I'm trying to make it work for holy sites, but we'll figure it out. First, policy cards, discipline. We found some barbs already, so we're going to want to fight those. And God King, you need this +1 in faith, not just in a religious game, but in a game that you would like a pantheon, which would be all your games. So you should be going God King all the time until you get a pantheon. If you have another way to collect faith, then that's fine, but you do need that pantheon as soon as possible. Pachacooty!
My man!
Welcome in! Welcome in! What's up, dude? It's an honor to meet you. Alright. Interesting. Not too scared of Pachacooty. Let's send him a delegation, though. Let's make him a little bit happy. Let's see if we can make him happy with us. Now that we see Pachacooty here, we know this land in the middle, is going to be contested. So I want to scout this out right away to see if there's another really good city here we want to grab before Pachacooty moves up to take it. I'm just going to head straight to bronze working so we can get rid of the rainforest here. I want to do bronze working, then holy sites. We have holy sites boosted now, so that should be totally fine up here. But I really want to put the +3 holy site down as soon as we can. Found a +5 holy site just kind of hanging out here. Of course, this could also be a +5 campus, so you might want to structure a city like this where you have a really good holy site. It's giving you lots of faith. You have a decent campus right here. Maybe that's something to think about. When you mark your map like this, they're not permanent. You can remove them. So just mark things that you think you see. Like, oh, good holy site. Ooh, good campus. Right? You can also reverse these. Great campus, good holy site. You can figure it out that way as well. But it's good to mark those things down so you don't forget about them. Now, Laventa being right next to us is critical. We're getting that +1 faith, so this is one of those ways you can get faith to get up to 25 for a pantheon instead of using God King. So we are at first meet here. Colossal head improvements are nice, but having Laventa just giving us more faith is awesome. What is your quest? Recruit a great prophet, which we're definitely going to do. So it does feel like we are going to be able to get some envoys in Laventa nice and early. Now, this could be a city. This could be a wild city. I guess you have to settle on... you don't really want to settle here, because that's all the production. I guess there's some production over this way. What if you did like a settle here? Pyramids here. 1 minute. 1 minute. This might be fun. What if you did that? Settle here. Pyramids here. Holy site amazing. Campus amazing. Get a few mines, maybe some lumber mills. You don't want low appeal, though, because we're going to grab Earth Goddess, ideally, as a pantheon. And so you want to try and find a way to get production here without ruining the appeal. Again, this is all just spitballing, but this might be something to think about. I normally don't do this super early, but we're going to head into mysticism. Oracle's good in every game. You see we've built it in every other kind of how to win this victory type. So Oracle's really good. This Envoy's kind of nice. I think these +2 great profit points per turn are going to be really awesome for us because it looks like we're going to be slightly delayed on a holy site. Another thing I was thinking about here too is if you get rid of the pyramids from this, you could actually settle on the T here. You can settle on the T, get that going in your empire. You have a lot of production here, and then you can just buy out the tiles. These are both 3 away. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you could buy this holy site right away from this city here, and that gives you a better like strategic city, and you can build the holy site right away. We've got our first settler now. I think I am going to commit to that T settle. I think it gets us a really good early holy site, which we'll head into right now. You can settle here. You have enough production to immediately start building this holy site, so I think we're going to do that. I'll skip bronze working for now and just head straight up to the holy sites to get this one right here. We still need enough gold to buy these tiles, so it might be a minute. There are quite a few barb encampments around. There's one tucking up here. There's one over here. My scout died in a flood up here, which is very, very sad. It was very unfortunate. I think maybe going a slinger here to try and boost archery might be prudent. Just have a little bit more defensive power. Pantheon acquired, so your 2 best options are religious settlements to receive a settler here. That would be nice for us, but we are all about the faith. We are going to need a very, very high amount of faith. So +2 faith from tiles with breathtaking appeal is amazing. We're going to grab Earth Goddess. We can check the appeal here. Look at all these tiles and how much amazing appeal they have. So if you settle cities on all of these like really green tiles, they're going to give you +2 faith, and there are ways throughout the game to increase the appeal of tiles, so even some of these red ones might be pretty green and giving us faith by the end of the game. If you want to check the appeal, you can just go to the appeal lens here. I have it bound to a hotkey, but that's just me. So we can see the appeal there, and we are going to select Earth Goddess for this game. Don't need God King anymore, so I'm going to grab urban planning for a little bit of extra production. We're going to build that holy site right away. We are still fighting Barb, so we'll keep that card in. Gonna head straight to the government here so we can put in the great profit points per turn if we need to. And then I'm going to try and get into Leventa here. All right, Ravenna is down. The encampment is cleared. It's a very happy day for everyone involved. A little bit of era score is nice. We really want to try and focus on a second golden age. So I think we want to like try not to get all of our era score right now and try and get it in the second golden age. Maybe monumentality might be a good pick for us if we're going to have lots of faith. Also a good time to try and check how much these tiles are going to be. 55 here, probably a little more here. 4 turns left. Yeah, let's just buy out to that. Probably another settler. Another builder would actually be quite nice. We don't have irrigation yet though. I'll go with another settler. Let's get some cities down. While we're waiting the 4 turns here, I'll put 4 turns into a trader. It's going to be a minute before we can grab one, but we'll do it for 4 turns. As planned, we shall get the archery boost from this slinger. Feels so good. Feels so good. That guy just hit the city to weaken himself just enough to give that boost to us. Feels amazing. Holy sites are finished. We shall continue our plan of going towards bronze working here. Kill 3 barbarians seems pretty achievable. We might stop that halfway to finish it with a boost. And then we need irrigation for these olives here. I think that makes sense. Also, we're going to get this holy site right away. Holy site here. +5 holy site feels amazing. We'll grab that down as soon as possible. We've met Lisbon, but we're not a first meet. We don't have that automatic envoy, which leads me to believe that somebody's hanging out just over on this side of the map. So using a few context clues, we can kind of figure out that somebody exists over here. I see some mountains this way, and we almost have another settler. So I'm going to scout out these mountains. Mountains are the easiest way to get good holy site adjacency. I'm eyeing this as a potential 4th city. For this to really work, though, I think you'd probably need a Petra. Pyramids would be ideal, but these tiles on their own just really suck if you don't have the food and production on other tiles to grow and produce in your city. Just working gold, science, and culture does absolutely nothing for you. This is a +5 holy site, though. So maybe even if you just did +2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, it's a +5 holy site. So maybe even if you just settled down here and built the 1 holy site with the pyramids, maybe that's a better idea. I'm talking myself into this idea. Kind of skip the Petra. It's not really the best Petra anyway. Settle down here somewhere. I'll just spitball. Spitball for now. It doesn't really matter that much. Right? You get the good holy site. You get the pyramids. This might be a good 4th city. I'm eyeing this up here, though. If this turns out to be pretty bad, we'll come down here. But just the amount of food and production around, I highly doubt this will be a worse city than this. We've been found out by this barbarian encampment here. I thought Lisbon might take care of him, but I guess not. That really leaves only one way for our settler to travel, and that is up this way anyway, because we don't want to put it anywhere near the barbs. So this city is going to be our city up here. Where exactly? Not sure yet. Maybe settle the olives. You got a really good harbor right here. So there's a few things to take a look at up here, but we'll just move the settler in this general direction and figure it out, and we'll have to come back and defend against this situation. I'm going to grab a... We need probably a slinger to defend this, but I'm actually going to grab a builder. This is a +4 holy site. I didn't realize it was in range earlier, but you have 2 mountains here plus the 2. So this will be a +4 holy site, which is exactly what we're looking for. And you can see this is what the Earth Goddess looks like. It'll apply 2 faith to a tile if it's super green and is in your city. It has to be a tile you can work, though, so it won't apply it to mountains. I'm going to try and use the scout as bait a little bit and try and bring these guys back. This scout's already seen us, and he's going to tell all his friends, so we're going to have a little bit of a problem here, but they're going to be fairly kind of tight getting through here, and I think if we just have a slinger in the capital, we should be fine. I mean, so far the bait has been super successful. I think we might be dead, though. I think the bait I think the bait went super well until another warrior kind of came out of nowhere here. I saw Lisbon fighting up here and thought they would win. So I felt safe about coming down here. But then Lisbon lost. Because Lisbon is bad. I guess they're more of the financial type. I think we're pretty dead, though. We'll see if we survive this. Granada, we just found Granada, which is awesome. Maybe they'll come in and help us out. This really isn't the best city layout ever, but just working with what we have up here, if we settle this city here, you get a +4 harbor, which is really nice. We're not going to be building too many harbors or commercial hubs this game, at least not as many as we normally do, so getting one really good one is great. The downside is harbors are going to give us great admiral points, which we definitely do not need this game. I just think the one +4 harbor is probably fine. You have another one down here as well. I found a way to get like a decent, okay campus and holy site. You can settle another city right here as well for another decent harbor campus with the reef coming in and a holy site here. So these aren't the best districts, but it's not a terrible setup. It does lack theater squares though, right? So we have to start thinking about how we want to get theater squares involved. And my guess will be through wonders. One of the wonders we're definitely going to want to go for is the Mahabodhi Temple. This gives you 2 free apostles when it's built. We can talk about what apostles do a little bit later because it's really, really important. But this is definitely one of the wonders we're going to want to go for. Again, you can use your Cyclopedia, and you know now that you've read the Cyclopedia that it needs to be built on woods adjacent to a holy site district. So if we take a look at where that's possible, no woods adjacent to this one. If we come up here, you could build the Mahabodhi Temple here where the Barb encampment is. You could build it right here where this campus is going to go. But these cities don't have a ton of production to really make this work. I suppose you could build it right here as well, but if you build it right here, you have nowhere to put a theater square next to it for the +2 theater square adjacency. So what I think we might do is revert back to our original plan. Instead of doing the +4 holy site right here, I think maybe getting the +3 holy site here. Pin that down. Then you can grab your Mahabodhi Temple right here, which still isn't the best spot for it. Where is the Mahabodhi Temple? There we go. But what it does do is it does give you a place to build a theater square next to it to at least get the +2 adjacency for the theater square as well. And since we have campuses in all of these other cities, we can not build a campus here fairly quickly and go holy site theater square and then maybe a commercial hub here to round it off at the end. All right, these barbs are being super duper annoying, but I think on the whole we're going to be fine. We'll clear that out, get a promotion. I don't know how much damage. Not a ton of damage, but I think we'll survive one hit here, so I think we should be fine. In terms of a governor, your instinct might be to go to Moksha, and we will grab Moksha. Moksha's not nearly as important for a religious victory as a lot of people might think, even though he's kind of like the religious governor. With these, just the sheer amount of chops we have to get rid of, there's a few rainforests here we want to get rid of. We're chopping this out. There's so many chops down here as well. There's so many chops up here. I think there's just enough chops in this game that getting the bonus chops from Magnus's groundbreaker ability is probably fine. There are a lot of good campuses for us to build. They're decent campuses, decent theater square here, so I'm not as fussed about not having the science and culture that Pingala gives us quite yet. He will be the second person we go for, but usually you switch between Magnus or Pingala. Are we gonna die? Nope. We're all good. Usually you pick between Magnus or Pingala. This time we'll go Magnus, although Pingala is usually always a good pick as well. First holy site is done. That's giving us +3 era score because it is a greater than +3 holy site, which is awesome. Now we're up to 10 faith per turn, which is great for this point in the game. Also, we're going to start collecting some great prophet points per turn as well, which is how we're going to get our great prophet, which is how we are going to make our religion. We are going to need this shrine. I'm thinking I might purchase the shrine. I was saving up gold to kind of finish up a military here in case these guys came out of hand, but I think we'll be good here. This guy just stole my city. This guy just stole Cajamarca. Get out of here. That's fine. So that city's not in play anymore, which is unfortunate. I think we'll finish off this trader nice and quick, and then we will think about buying the shrine here or see what our next steps are. Now that we have Magnus, oh, you know what? No. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're not going to go to provision. Sorry, I'm thinking about this like as I go here. We're not going to be building a ton of cities this game, right? We're not going to hit that like 12 mark. So losing the population on the settlers probably isn't the worst. We're going to grab Pingala and send Pingala to Ravenna for now. I think that'll be fine. I don't think we really need to go down Pingala much farther. And I think getting the earlier science, culture, and great person points from Pingala will be more helpful for us. One of the things, too, about going with provision for Magnus is he kind of locks Magnus down to one city that's building all the settlers, when what we want to do is move Magnus around to get all these chops in all these different cities. So locking Magnus down when we're not going to be building too many settlers in this game probably isn't worth it. Now, I want this chop to go directly towards the holy site, so I'm going to empty the queue here so there's nothing in the queue. And then when I chop this out, oh, we'll do it next turn. I thought it was this turn. When we chop this out, the production will just go towards the queue, and so whatever you put in next will take the production boost from the chop. All right, the queue is empty. Magnus is established here, so we will chop this out. 27 production, 27 food. Feels great. Now when we go to build that holy site, it was 9 turns. Now it is 6 turns because it's taking that bonus production, and we will build it right there. I'm going to go animal husbandry, archery, campus. I don't think it really matters what order you do this in at this point, but they're all things we're going to need in the next little while, so I think we'll head in this direction. These are also both boosted, so pretty easy choice. One of the things that's really good to keep in mind at this point in the game is there's only a certain amount of great profits. So this is a small map with 6 other players. So there's only 4 great profits available. As you increase the number of players, you increase the number of great profits available as well. But not everyone can build a religion. So if you're playing on a higher difficulty, you have to be careful to make sure you're actually going to receive a great profit to create a religion. We're collecting 1 great profit point per turn right now, but we are at 4 out of 60. It doesn't seem like anyone else is collecting any at all, so we are well ahead of the game to collect our great profit. It's just good to check in here every once in a while to make sure you're on track to actually receive one. I'm going to trade with Cusco first. Leventa's not going to give us an envoy or anything. We don't even have a real reason to get a road up here. If Leventa was going to give us an envoy, that would be a little more helpful. But I think it's worth just making sure he stays happy with us down here. Also, didn't even realize this Genghis is happy with us, so we might as well be friends with him so he does not come murder us later, because that would be sad. So we have 12 turns for a shrine. We need shrines to be able to purchase missionaries when we have a religion, so obviously they're great. They give us more faith. They give us another great person slot. They cost 280. I think I'm just going to buy it in a couple turns because that'll be less than the 12. And then I think here, we could go Oracle here. That wouldn't be too bad. I'm not going to rush it, though. I don't think we need to rush the Oracle. We're going to have to wait till Magnus comes down anyway for some of these rainforest chops. I'm going to try and keep the woods in place because the woods give us good appeal. So unless we need to get rid of the woods, I'll try and keep them where they are. I think for this, though, maybe just grab another builder. All right, we have 2 olives, 1 for ourselves and 1 to trade. So we're going to find a friend that has some gold here. Do you have olives, sir? You do not have olives. 2 for 30 is not the deal I was looking for. But is that the best deal we're going to get? 3 for 30 from Genghis Khan. There we go. That's an extra 30 gold. Ooh, Maya's in this game. Hello. We don't get to play Maya often. This is fun. I like Maya. So Maya was the one over here that we were talking about earlier who's met all these city-states. Okay, okay. Okay, let's be friends with Maya. I'll be friends with Maya in a few turns, actually. I'm going to buy the shrine first. First, government here. I really like Classical Republic. My power rankings of these 3, I usually go oligarchy, especially on deity. But man, Classical Republic, extra great person points, housing and amenities are great. And having this Republic Legacy card later in the game can be really helpful if you're short on amenities. So we're going to go Classical Republic here. Yeah, I'm going to put the great profit points per turn in, just to get us to that 60 as soon as possible. Production towards settlers for sure. And then Charismatic Leader can hop in as well to give us some more envoys. And then we can buy the shrine in this city. And now we should be going for... We should have 4 great profit points per turn now. Gonna head down to Mabodi Temple. That's really, really important for us. Getting 2 apostles is ridiculous, so we are going to do that for sure. Gonna grab another settler here. The shrine would be nice. I think we have enough great profit points per turn. I don't think I'm gonna need to build a lot of missionaries right away. And so I think grabbing the settler here before we build the shrine is great. It looks like we're gonna be pretty blocked in this area. So we're gonna have to expand our empire. Probably another city here where there's 2 horses, which is nice for production. A city up here for some citrus. It does kind of suck though, because this is another continent down here. So it would have really been nice to be able to expand down this way. We are going to want our religious units at some point to be able to go on water to kind of spread the faith around the world. So we have to keep an eye on shipbuilding here. And where is it? Shipbuilding and cartography. We're going to need those eventually. We don't need them now, but it's just good to know. Normally we skip the top half of the tree. We're not going to be able to do that as much this game. I think at this point, currency feels good, and then maybe into masonry. It doesn't look like we're getting the pyramids, which feels pretty bad. Maybe walls are fine. I think we'll go currency first, and then we'll circle back on masonry. City's having trouble growing. I think a granary will fix that up real nice. Maya is collecting some great person points per turn now. We're going to hit 60 first, but it's good to know that Maya is also going to have a religion in this game. All right, we got lots of land over here, which is real nice. And no one's explored it yet because we just found a goodie hut. So I think we're going to be able to settle lots of cities over here. Grab the shrine real quick. I want to save these chops from a Bodhi temple, so I'm not going to build the oracle in here. We can just go for another settler after the shrine. Up in Ostia, we're going to grab our first campus, which should feel quite nice for us. Don't want to fall too far behind on science just to spam the faith, so I think we should be good doing it this way. All right, classical era. I think we will found our religion pretty much right away. There are lots of games where you don't want to found your religion till the end of the game, actually. We'll talk about that strategy next time. But I think for the purposes of this, you guys might be tempted to found your religion right away. So I think we'll do that and kind of show you how that works. So I think Exodus of the Evangelist is going to be nice. 2 era score each time you convert a city to your religion for the first time. That'll be all of our starting cities and most of these cities down here that aren't anywhere near Maya. So I think we should be pretty good to convert a lot of cities in the early game here, and I think that'll give us enough era score to be helpful. Here's our great prophet. We shall recruit it. Very, very important. So you need to use your great prophet on a holy site if you would like to create your religion, and we shall do that now. Found our religion. Now, we will talk about the strategy where you don't found your religion until the end of the game, which is what you normally do on deity. Right? So let's talk about this for a sec. Once you found a religion, like we just did, once you found a religion, your cities following your religion becomes part of your loyalty. Right? It's not a huge part of it, but it is a part of your loyalty. So if your own cities are not following your religion, they will be less loyal to you. But that only applies if you founded a religion. So in some cases, you might want to keep your great prophet. It's never going to go away. You can found your religion anytime. You might want to keep your great prophet till later in the game. What I normally do on deity is I normally keep my great prophet. I just have it hang out. In the early game, all the other AI get their great prophets first, and they have more faith than me. So if I pop my religion, I'm just going to get overrun by all the AI who have a more faith-based infrastructure to pull from, and they will just flip all my cities to their religion, and it's a bit of a nightmare. So what I normally do on deity is I hold my great prophet, and I just collect faith. I build a bunch of holy sites, I get Earth Goddess, I collect a bunch of faith, and once I have like 20,000 faith in the bank. We got a couple hundred faith per turn, 20,000 faith in the bank, whatever it is. Then I pop my religion and I just buy like 100 apostles ready to go right away. And then I can start defending my religion and spreading it all over the world in one kind of concrete effort. We're going to do it the normal way, which is to pop your religion kind of right away, send some missionaries out, slowly build towards apostles. But there is a whole nother strategy in a religious victory where you don't even have a religion for 2/3 of the game. Let's just name our religion VanBradleyism. I don't know if that's like braggadocious or anything. That's fine. Let's pick this little flamingo. I think that's great. Do I have to really rename it again? All right. We're gonna have VanBradleyism here. Now you have a choice here. This is your first kind of selection. What do you want your religion to do? Shrines and temples provide culture equal to their intrinsic faith output is really good. Choral music's a great pick. Getting culture equal, that would be a double our culture right now, which is great. Holy site districts provide production to your cities is really nice. I'm going to pick work ethic this game. I don't think we'll need this culture, but I think having this production is going to be really helpful for us. But these are kind of the main two you want to look at. Everything else has a place and a time, I think, but work ethic or choral music are kind of the two that I would prioritize most. So we're going to pick work ethic here. Now, your first religious belief, you're going to have a chance to add to your religion with apostles later. We'll talk about that when it happens. I always like things being cheaper to purchase. I think that's quite helpful. Religion spreading the cities 30% farther away. It sounds pretty good. It's not very helpful. I also like this one down here that gives you faith per city. Pilgrimage here. +2 faith per each city following this religion can be really helpful to snowball the game, right? Every city following your religion gives you more faith. More faith allows you to spread your religion more easily, and it kind of snowballs from there. Let's make a selection. I think I am going to select pilgrimage. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best pick. I'm sure there's a better pick here. We'll have a chance to add a few more of these with apostles later, so this isn't the only pick you get. The thing is, you can only pick one thing, so I'm going to have the Maya coming in and making their selections as well, which will take them on the map for me. I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with pilgrimage, though. I think that's a good pick for us to start out here. There's a few things we have to look at it now just to get your kind of head wrapped around religion. On the top bar of every city, it'll tell you the religion the city is following. So if you go to Ravenna, we have VanBradleyism is in Ravenna. It's not in, oh, it is in Rome as well. It's in Rome as well, but it's not in Ostia yet. It just says the pantheon there, so we can still convert Ostia. Right, if you go to these cities, it doesn't look like they're following a religion at all, which is fine. If you would like to spread your religion, you will have to buy units with faith to do that. So that's why your faith per turn is so important. You need to have a shrine, so we can't buy a missionary here. But if I go and I buy a missionary here, it's 150 faith. They get more expensive as you go along. And these units here will help us spread our religion. So that's kind of the first step, is understanding how faith purchasing works. So you just go to your city, you click purchase an item with faith, and then it'll tell you what you can purchase. As you add more religious buildings, there'll be more religious units for you to purchase here. Missionaries are only really good for spreading your faith to start off, right? Mabodi Temple is going to give us some apostles, which we'll talk about when we get there. It is good to know, though, that when you purchase units, let's say the Maya come along and they transfer their religion to our city. When you purchase a religious unit in a holy site, it will not always be your religion. You need to check, right? It'll be the religion that the city is following. So if your city is following somebody else's religion, on this top bar, if this says something else, if you go to buy something and it tells you what religion, this is VanBradleyism, which is what we want, right? But someone else might take over the city with their religion. If I buy this missionary, it will not be for our religion. It will not spread our religion. It'll only help the enemy spread their religion. So you need to check to make sure the city you are purchasing your units in is actually following your religion, because if it's not, you will be buying units to spread a religion that is not yours, thus helping the enemy win the game. I'm not sure I think it's particularly the best idea right now. I'd probably rather save my faith, but just so you guys kind of get an idea of how this works, we're going to buy a missionary here and start spreading our religion a little bit. We're going to spread it to Kashmarka, hopefully Cusco as well. And so what's going to happen is we're going to send this guy down and spread our religion. We're going to get 2 era score every time we convert a city for the first time. So we'll get a few era score here. We'll also, after we've done that, take a look at the religious pressure map to show you how that works as well. We're grabbing Mabodi Temple in just a couple of turns here. So I think in 5 turns, we're going to want to put this wonder card in. Mabodi Temple is a classical wonder. And so I think for now, we can probably go... I'm not even sure what we really want to do until then. Just go gold from trade routes for 5 turns. I think that's fine. When you click on a religious unit, you can also do it by heading to the religion lens over here on the left. But when you click on a religious unit, it's going to pull up the religion lens. Now, this can get really convoluted later, but basically what it does is it tells you which cities are following what religion and where the pressure from those cities is going. So right now we have Ravenna and Rome that are nice and yellow because they are following VanBradleyism. We have this missionary here, which is what we clicked. We can move it to the blue selected tiles like normal, right? And it tells you which cities are following what religion. So Kashmarka is not following a religion. It's not highlighted in, but it does convert to our religion in 25 turns. So we're going to speed that along with this missionary just to show you, but it does convert in 25 turns. This one converts in 200 turns. Obviously not ideal, but it is showing you that we are pressuring them a little bit with our religion. There's a bunch of different ways to pressure your religion. You can do it via trade route. You can do it by just being close to the other cities. But it's good to hop into this screen from time to time just to see what is going on. I'm going to head up to sailing, harbors, and then shipbuilding. We have a few harbors we want to build. I also want to get my missionaries being able to cross water. Then I can use them to scout a little bit, as well as to start flipping cities that are in other empires other than these guys down here. I'm a sucker for a good Oracle play. I'm going to grab another settler here, though. We're going to be building Mabodi Temple up in Rome, and so I think we're going to grab a settler here just to have a settler going. There's still so much land to settle, and we can't really fall too far behind on settling our cities just because we want to have a religion nice and early. So we have to keep building settlers. We're going to build one here. I'm going to actually take this out in a couple of turns to start building the Mabodi Temple. So how spreading your religion works, all you have to do is walk one of your religious units that can spread a religion over to a city center and click spread religion. It'll tell you how many citizens in the city will be following your religion. So there's 3 population here. If I click this, it'll be 2. Once you have a majority of the citizens, so if there's 12, once you have 6, it will classify you as having control of that religion in that city. So this missionary has 3 spreads right now. One of the reasons why I didn't want to buy it right now is because there are ways to get more spreads on your missionaries that we're definitely going to want to take a look at. But this is just to show you how to spread a religion. So once we click this, there'll be 2 people in here following it, and then our dominant religion is VanBradleyism, and we got our 2 error score, which is awesome. But now that this is flipped over, we're going to head over to Cusco next. Gonna keep trading our duplicate resources over to some people here. We don't need them, so we might as well trade them away. So because our holy sites are going to give production because we picked work ethic, I'm going to actually increase the holy site adjacency bonus instead of urban planning here. So I think that'll give us more production on the whole. We can get rid of this card as well. We're going to put in core V for wonders, and we're going to start working on the Mabodi temple. All right, we're going to start spreading our religion to Cusco. As you can see, though, if I click this spread, we'll have 2 citizens following it, but there's 9 population here, so it won't give us the dominant religion thing. It is also worth noting, though, now that we have Cajamarca flipped, it's a little light yellow because it's not as flipped. There's only just barely half here, right? So the more citizens you have, the darker this is going to get. But it is going to start applying more pressure to these cities now because the pressure's coming from a little bit closer along. I'll head for recorded history. Minakshi over here is not really the best religious wonder, but it is a religious wonder we might want to grab. Recorded history is fantastic, though, so we'll head here next for the governor title. All right, so as you can see, now that we have unlocked a temple, we can build a temple in our holy site. That'll give us the option to purchase apostles, gurus, and inquisitors with faith, right? So we're upgrading from the missionaries to having a greater spread of religious units to choose from. I'm going to go for the Minakshi temple. Not the Minakshi, sorry. The Mabodi temple. Oh, we need to have a temple. That makes sense. So you need to have an actual temple before you go for the Mabodi temple. So we'll grab that temple first. I'm going to grab a temple down here as well. More faith, and we're going to want as many apostles as we can get as soon as possible. Mabodi is going to give us 2 apostles, which we are going to use to evangelize our religion, which we'll talk about when we get there. Otherwise, we want as many cities as possible that we can buy apostles in. All right, we put Puteoli down. Puteoli, you think after 4 games of Roma, I got the names down. We're going to grab a builder here just to grab these 2 horses, and then we'll probably use the other build charge for a chop somewhere. Maybe start building some farms for some higher population numbers. Who knows, really? Could be anything. As you can see here, Sausa has now adopted our religion just based on the pressure from Cajamarca here. So even just flipping this one city has helped us flip this city as well. All right, Mabodi Temple going straight on the woods here, which is awesome. And then we have our builder in place to start chopping some of this stuff out with Magnus here to make this take as quick as possible. So 20 turns down to 18 turns, killing it. For Pengala, I'm going to head to Connoisseur. I think having a little bit more culture is going to be really, really nice for us. So now you can see that our trade routes are going to start helping us with religious pressure as well. I'm going to trade with Cajamarca just because it has a little more gold involved than Cusco. One of the things a lot of people don't know about this game is you can actually swap tiles. So I just swapped this tile over, but I thought I'd show you. So if I want to chop this tile, but I want it to apply to Rome instead of Ravenna, if I go to Rome and I click Manage Citizens, I can actually swap this tile to Rome City instead of to Ravenna City here. And that way I can make this chop and it'll apply to the Mabodi Temple instead of to whatever we were doing in Ravenna. And then you can always swap the tile back if you still want the production of the tile to apply to Ravenna. I think it's probably Oracle time right before campus. I just like the Oracle. I don't even think we needed this game, but hey, you know what? I really like the Oracle. We're going to build the Oracle here. That gives us a few good places to build a theater square and a commercial hub on these tiles. I guess we have the campus first. Either way, I really like the Oracle. We're going for it. We're doing it. For our second government here, you definitely want to go reform church. We haven't even talked about religious combat yet, but we are going to talk about religious combat. That's why apostles are so important. So theocracy is going to give us a lot of stuff that's great for religion. So we're going to want to grab theocracy 100% for our second government. Heading up to Hagia Sophia is definitely something we want to do. This is what I was talking about earlier when I said there are ways to increase the amount of charges your missionaries and apostles have when they spread your religion. Hagia Sophia is definitely one of those ways, so we are going to head up there and try and grab this wonder as well. All right, Mabodi Temple is done. This is where religion really takes off. The first bit of this game has been fairly basic. Build a bunch of holy sites, create a religion, yada, yada, yada. Now we are really taking off. Look at how beautiful this thing is. So, we're about to get 2 apostles. We can also now purchase apostles, right? You could do it before the Mabodi Temple, but apostles, as you can see, are quite expensive. 460 faith, right? Just to start. So getting 2 free apostles is amazing, and you can use your first 2 apostles, or just you can do it any time, but usually do it with your first 2 to evangelize your belief, right? Which adds more benefits to your religion, right? So we're going to take this and we're going to evangelize our belief here. We're going to use both of these to evangelize our belief, and then at the end of the turn, we'll be able to add more bonuses to our religion, and now, at this point, we can start spreading our religion a little bit harder. Here we are. So now we have a lot more of those options that we were talking about earlier. We are going to evangelize our belief. I am going to allow the construction of mosques. Allows construction of mosques +3 faith. Missionaries and apostles have +1 spread. Another way to increase the amount of charges your faith units have. There are a bunch of other good ones here. I like mosques. And then my next one, I'm going to pick Holy Order. Missionaries and apostles are 30% cheaper to purchase. Sign me up. Confirm all that. Now we have cheaper units with potentially more charges. We're gonna cruise to victory now. You can actually buy mosques with faith, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm in no rush to really spread my religion too much. Okay, we have a lot of time. I want to use the same kind of strategy. I want to kind of build up a bunch of apostles and go around with kind of an apostle goon squad. We'll talk about apostles when we buy our first one to spread our religion, but I kind of want to save up a little bit and then go around with a squad of religious spreading awesome people. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm not going to rush towards spreading our religion just yet. One of the things you can do to save yourself a little bit of production, if you know you want to build a district and you have the space, we know we want to build this theater square, we can actually lock in the theater square by building it here, move it to the front of the queue, and that locks it in at its current production level. We can still finish the settler first, but locking in the theater square means that production isn't going to go up before we get to build it. So we've locked the production in, so no matter what happens in the game right now, that production is going to be the same. It's not going to get higher while we're waiting for it. All right, we're buying our first apostle. Let's cruise, baby. There we go. So apostles are really, really, really formidable religious units, and we want to use them to our advantage. So there's 2 things apostles do. Firstly, they spread religion like normal. So you have 4 spreads here. Starts with 3. We have the mosque for the 4th spread. The other thing they do is they can participate in religious combat, right? So if my apostle goes and finds a missionary of another religion, or a guru of another religion, or an apostle of another religion, those units can fight each other, kind of like fighting in regular combat, like an archer might fight an archer from another civilization. If you defeat another religious unit in a religious combat battle, right, what happens is the winner of the battle, their religious pressure in that area goes up, and the loser, their religious pressure goes down. And so you can spread your religion very easily by like taking some apostles, going to find Maya, we know she has another religion, and just killing her missionaries wherever they are, and that'll help flip our religion to some of those cities. Each apostle also comes with a promotion. The best promotions are, we have both of them right here. So there's like 15 to choose from. Proselytizer is really good. Proselytizer is good if you are going around to take out religion of another civ, right? So if we have proselytizer, religious spread eliminates 75% of existing pressure from other religions. So if I see a city over here and I see that she's starting to use Buddhism to flip them, I might want to use proselytizer, find an apostle with proselytizer to go, and it'll be easier to get rid of the Buddhism while implanting our VanBradleyism. The other one, the one we're probably going to go for most, is debater. That gives us extra combat strength in religious combat, which allows us to kind of just bully other religious units a little bit easier. So we're going to head with debater for this one. Oracle is finished. My man. Love an oracle. Not that great this game, but the oracle's always good. And we definitely want this campus. We're going to need a builder first, though, to chop this out. All right, now we're going to take our debater apostle. I feel good. We're going to press our advantage here. I'm going to go find some Maya units to just kind of bully. There's no way she has too many apostles yet. If she does, it's unlikely they'll have the debater promotion. So I think we're going to find some Mayan Buddhist missionaries over here to kill with this apostle. I'm going to send a goon squad. I'm going to send 2 apostles. It's unlikely that this will also get the debater promotion, but hey, who knows? You can also start purchasing gurus as well. Gurus will help heal your units that have been damaged in a religious battle. I'll grab a missionary here too, actually. Send this missionary down and just flip Cusco really quick. All right, so we didn't get debater this time, but we did get proselytizer. So I'm going to grab a proselytizer apostle and a debater apostle. We're just going to go be a goon squad over here and mess with Maya a little bit. All right, we have 4 charges here. 2 charges should be enough to flip Cusco into our religion, which is awesome. We have to get open borders with this guy here. Should be fine. Will you pay for it? You're going to pay for it too, because our builder is otherwise unable to get to this campus, which is actually quite funny. This missionary has flipped Cusco, so it shall move on to the next city. Now here we definitely want a theater square. We have the oracle here. We definitely want... Oh, we're going to grab the campus. Sorry, we're going to grab the campus. I lied. We are grabbing the campus. We're just going to wait a minute. Let us grab... Cheeky settler then? Let us grab a cheeky settler then. I see a missionary. I see a missionary. All right, we're at turn 100 already, so that's going to do it for this video. Let's save this right here. I can see... Oh, so you can actually see here, if I click my apostle and I hover over this missionary, it says it's a major victory. And once we kill the missionary, it'll help flip the religion out of Maya. And what flipping the religion out of Maya is going to do for us is, like I said earlier, if we flip the religion in the cities where Maya has holy sites, she cannot buy religious units that are Buddhist because they will be our religion. So she has a holy site in Wat Cabnal, and Wat Cabnal is following our religion. If she goes to buy a missionary in Wat Cabnal, it'll be our missionary. We won't get to control it, but it'll be for our religion and not hers. So we want to find an early target here that we know is going to try and spread religion and just shut them down really early so we can win this game. It's turn 100. I reckon this game will be easily over by turn 200. Easily. If I can push it for by turn 150... that would be great. I'm not sure we can do 150. We can try for 150. But once you get on a roll, you get an apostle goon squad going around. This is 2 apostles. One of them has debater. Ideally, you have like 2 goon squads with a few debater apostles going around to just bully all the other missionaries in the game. Things snowball really, really fast, right? So this episode, very standard stuff. All right, settle a good capital, expand our empire, build some holy sites, grab some religious units. I really want to emphasize how important my Bodhi Temple is to speeding this along. Obviously, on higher difficulties, it's a bit harder to get, but grabbing my Bodhi Temple is very, very useful. Otherwise, we're just going to have an absolute party in the next episode. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see me do next for a video idea. That would be awesome. Or just let me know what you think of this video. Hit the like and subscribe button. They are there for you to click. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next episode where we cover turns 100 to 150 of a faith victory in Civilization 6. Cheers, everyone.